My idea of God is a God of justice, a God of love, a God of mercy, who loves us even when we're not doing the things that we're supposed to do. I'm a Chicago police officer, and my official title there is chaplain for the Chicago Police Department. My father was a pastor, so we grew up in church, and we were in church for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There came a time in my life when I was involved in an abusive relationship with my former husband, and I needed to feel that the church would be there for me, that would help me, that would heal me, that would protect me. Back in that time, domestic violence wasn't really being addressed that much, so I got angry. I got really, really angry at the church. That anger stayed in me for years. The turning point in my anger came when I began to feel it physically. That's when I knew that something was wrong. And I woke up one morning and I just couldn't move. From my shoulders down my back, I had spasms that were just painful. And that's when I realized I'm angry and this stuff is gonna kill me if I don't do something about it. And I just prayed. I said, Lord, just take my life and let me just go ahead and die. And I went to sleep that night and I woke up and I didn't have those spasms anymore. And that put me on a journey to do the kinds of counseling and work that I needed to do in order to have the joy that I knew by that time I was entitled to. Anger and joy can't dwell together, but that anger will help spur you to do something about it. I'm proud to be a Chicago police officer because, like the church, the police department has ways that it needs to grow, and it needs people that are able to be there to help facilitate that growth. The people that care enough on the inside to point out what's good and point out what's bad, and do some work to make it happen. And for me, that's what justice is all about. Since 1991, I've been a full-time police chaplain for the Chicago Police Department, which puts me in a different uniform. It puts me in the presence of more police officers, and there are police officers who are angry. Police officers are probably the least cared for. I tell people all the time when firemen come, they invite them to come in the backyard and get some food, but when police officers come, you run. I'm glad you're here. You know, this is the place to come when you need somebody to talk to. So.
Okay, all right.
And so ministry to police officers is important because they need to know that what they do is valuable. So to be able to say a word of hope, a word of healing when police officers are wounded is a privilege. It's a privilege and it's an honor to be able to do that kind of ministry, and I love doing it. For me, justice is based on love. We just need to learn how to treat people justly, to understand that, but by the grace of God, go I, to understand that we're all on this journey together, and that we all want to do what's pleasing in the sight of God. And if we just could, as a society, learn Justice 101, I'd be happy.